Right, it is Mr. Attorney, founder, and partner of Armada Law Practice. It is Mr. Dale Schaefer.
Good morning, everybody. And if you're on the East Coast, good afternoon. My story today comes out of the Law 360. The headline is Pot Company says landlords duped it into leasing faulty space. I grabbed this because our firm has multiple of these cases that we're handling right now. And it's a failure of due diligence at its core. It seems that, and I want to make sure I get their names right, Falcon Enterprises LLC leased a bunch of land and buildings from several groups. You can read them, and they have names in them. I call these, nonsensical. Let's make up a name and get an LLC for it. But they own buildings and land. And going in, a landlord was told that we're going to grow weed here, we're going to manufacture. So there are certain requirements. Now, this is out of Adelanto, and if you don't know where this is, it's out, Southern California. It's hot, not a lot of water out there. And so what I've done in this very city and in other cities like this is I come in with a contractor, and they first look, where's water, wet hookups, they call it, where's electricity, how much is there, where's the roads in there, where's law enforcement, ingress, egress, and then we go to the buildings, and my contractor goes in, he looks at the building, makes sure it's been upgraded, that it meets CEQA requirements. They'll take a look at the permits and make sure that you've pulled permits for everything, so you don't buy a pig in a poke. Because what apparently happened here is representations were made that the building will meet codes and blah, 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 blah. It turns out it didn't. It was bullshit. So that's a due diligence failure on the part of someone coming in to lease a building. Now, these have been problems from the gate. When we first started back in 2018, my clients were paying $250 a square foot triple net just to get a lease. And you had to deal with any bullshit in that building that was on you. Now, landlords are having to look for clients to come in and take over their buildings. Now, whenever you come in and get a use permit, they take a look at whether the building has been upgraded. And that's where you get killed. If you're going to manufacture, you got to bring in an industrial hygienist to help build out your space to get fire marshal approval. And it looks like it wasn't going to pass here for fire marshal approval. So there's pieces of these puzzles that if you don't ask the right questions, people will lie to you. I mean, surprise, surprise, people will fucking lie to you. They'll blow smoke up your ass, and then you sign the lease. The next thing you know, you can't do what you wanted to do in there, and now you're suing for fraud. And that's at the heart of this, that false representation intended to make someone rely on it, and then you're damaged by it. It looks like that's what they're claiming here. Now, it's going to be an ongoing discussion. This is an introduction. This is a complaint. It's only allegations. No one's proven shit yet. But this is not an uncommon phenomenon in the industry. Let me throw it back at you guys, your experience with lack of due diligence or doing your own due diligence and not ending up in this position.